USDJPY price action. Look at this very point where the market is right now. Let me first of all start with the 1-day chart. So the 1-day chart right here. If you notice, market today and this very week have not been that good, and this is very important because if you look at what the market did early this very week, you see this very gap right here, and then we see the market push up a little bit and then come back down to the same point as the market come to an end yesterday. And this is very, very important because if you look at this very point, is an important level, because I personally think that the market is going to see some form of recovery from this very point upward a little bit, and then begin to come all the way to the downside for significant retracement. That is my personal opinion, and that is why I am looking at the market to find liquidity satisfaction within this very point, and market is going to come back down. And pointing to this fact, that is why I gave this very signal that went wrong against us. So this was a sell signal. I was looking at 1 to 2 risk reward minimum, but it was above that. And then this signal went against us. Of course, not all signal is going to go in your favor. That is very, very true. But your risk reward, very, very important. Once you get 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, it's okay and maintain at a good pace with good risks and money management. I think that is very, very okay. So we lost this, which is not a bad thing because we have countless wins. And when you lose like this, you also want to acknowledge that this was a loss. So this was a loss for us. And this was the only trade that I gave on this very channel this very week. So that is very, very important. So take note of that. And if you look at this very point, I still believe that the market need liquidity to be fully satisfied before any movement to the downside. And that is what I am going to personally verify once we enter into next week of trading, because next week of trading is what is going to really bring my confirmation to 100%, because I really need to have some other confirmation within this very area where the market is right now. I'm talking about this level of important resistance right here, before we can now say that the market will now come back down or move upward. Because if liquidity is satisfied within this very area, of course, market is going to come back down. Very certain. This is 100% certain once liquidity satisfaction, because what we see once liquidity is satisfied in any market, be it crypto, forex, stock, commodities, anything CFDs that you talk about, market will always go the opposite direction. But if liquidity is not satisfied, we'll see market begin to move upward or create some pandemonium moving upward, then we'll begin to come back down again. And that is what I want to see right now. So I want to wait into next week for liquidity satisfaction, although I'm going to still give at least one trade on USDJPY and also on gold, because I also want to put into perspective that we should be looking at these two pairs concurrently. Okay, I give trade analysis on gold and USDJPY strictly. I can still give other technical analysis perspective on other pair like Euro USD and Euro AUD, AUD USD, and USDCAD, all of those ones. But specifically, I just want to focus on USDJPY and gold. Okay, very important for signal in this very group. And the most important thing is the fact that this is a very transparent chart where you can also have some discussion on the signal, maybe seeking from my perspective. So if you've not joined this very channel, what are you waiting for? Join right now. Link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free Telegram channel where you discuss and also have some trading ideas and so signals sometime. And this is very important right now. So what I am looking at right now on the 1-day chart is liquidity satisfaction, or liquidity should not be satisfied and market is going to move upward. Very important. And I will verify that as we enter into next week of trading. Of course, this is the 1-day chart, but if you come to the 4 hours chart right here, we took this trade around this very area. I was thinking that the gap will be filled, so we took this trade around this very point. Okay, and then the markets, my expectation to come down, this was our target right at this very point. while our stop loss was within this very area. Our entry was from this very point to this very area. So market was supposed to come down, and we were supposed to get about 2 to 3 risk reward ratio. Market did go against us, and right now you see that market seems to come back down. So basically what is happening here is liquidity satisfaction from this very standpoint, and that is why I want to see happen next week of trading. And I'll be very glad to give that very signal again with a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio, because that is what I do. If I take a loss on a trade and that was not a favorable one, I have to increase my risk reward on the next trade. Not taking haphazardly, take control of the trade, but increase your risk to reward. Okay, very important, so as to cover what you lost and also be in track, especially according to your strategy. So what I am looking at is for the market to come back down, obviously on the 4-hour charts, USDJPY, but market can still do otherwise, and I will have to go with some confirmation before I can then give this very signal. So in my opinion, I will wait for next week trading to commence before taking any trade here or giving a price prediction or signal of where the market is going to go. Of course, I believe market is going to come back down, don't get me wrong, but to be very sure to the point that I'm going to give a signal again, that will make me to see what is going to happen next week, so that I'll be very sure what I'm doing. And this is very, very important. So pay attention to all of this if you want to be in the right direction of the market, especially the trade setup and also signal that is going to come on this very channel. So this is very important, guys. And if you look at gold this very week move upward. Okay, we see the movement in the price of gold as market resume on Monday and move into this very day, Thursday, and then market begin to come back down. So what next for the price of gold? I believe that the market this very week we are entering is going to be a ranging market. Okay, market is not going to be moving downward or coming back all the way to the upside. I want to see the market begin to maybe come back down a little bit and then have some crazy move like this within the range before market is going to take the next direction again. But one thing very sure for me is that on the price of gold, if you go to the 1 week chart, is the fact that I am not expecting a crazy move on the price of gold to the upside again. Now, I may be wrong, but that is what I am looking at. I'm not expecting crazy move on the price of gold to the upside. What that means is, to be very specific, I am not expecting gold to go above $4,500, to be very precise. This is a major psychological level, so I'm not expecting the price of gold to go above $4,500. That is the most craziest move we've seen have gone, and anything we want to see right now is just a trap. Okay, it's just a trap for market begin to come back down the price of gold for good retracement, because if you look at historical price action, you discover that the price of gold has really moved parabolically, and we should have a pause or significant retracement. What that means is market can begin from here, okay, begin to have choppy markets before any movement to the upside, or market can come back down significantly, have choppy markets and then move upward, or just come back down and then begin to move upward. In any case, what I want to see is market should not go parabolically upward on the price of gold from now moving forward. So what that means is, for me, I love gold, but I'll be looking at it critically, because trading gold when market is moving upward is a little bit more simpler compared to trading gold when it's ranging in this very case. Remember, this is a 1 week chart, so this means couple of months, okay, and this is several days. So if you're trading within the range like this on the higher time frame, then that means you need to be very pragmatic with your setup, because the strategy you apply, this one thing I found with gold, the strategy you apply when the market is moving upward, maybe from here upward, and then from here upward, will not suffice when the market begin to range. Very importantly, I repeat that again. One thing I have found with gold is that the strategy that you use in trading when the market was moving parabolically upward, as in this case, parabolically upward, as in this case, will not suffice, okay, will not be enough when the market begin to range. Like in this case, you can find that out with that your strategy at where the market was ranging and where the market was moving parabolically all the way to the upside. What that translates into is the fact that if we begin to see the market, begin to range right here, the strategy you employ to make a lot of money when the market was moving upward will not suffice when market begin to range. What that means is, if you just started trading gold maybe a few weeks back when the market was moving from here all the way to the upside, then you need to relook into the market very well when it begin to range, because that strategy will not suffice when the market starts ranging. So this is very important, and this is my personal opinion on this very price action right now from this moment moving forward. So if I go back to the 4 hours chart, this is very, very important, because I believe that as we resume the market on Monday, market is going to maintain some stability, not aggressive move upward or aggressive move downward. This is my personal opinion. So market can come back down, move upward, come back down, move upward. That is what I'm going to see next week of trading on the price of gold, and that is why you need to be very careful. And on the 1 day chart, look at the 1 day chart right here. On the 1 day chart here, I am looking at a very bearish situation. Okay, I may be wrong, but I am looking at a bearish situation on the 1 day chart. So market should come back down from the 1 day chart perspective. Market from here should come back down. Okay, that is what I'm expecting into this very area. This is my personal opinion on this price action right now. Gold, USD, 1 day chart, 1 week chart, and 4 hours chart, and USDJPY. If you've not joined our Telegram channel, join right now. Link in the description of this very video. This channel right here to receive many more updates, signal, technical analysis, and many more. And also, if you want to watch my other videos on the channel, check this video out. It's going to help you a lot. And check this video out as well. It's going to help you a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.